Camilla Parker Bowles dubbed Sugar Lump and Naughty Prince Charles letter. Prince Charles wrote a rather cringe-worthy letter to Camilla Parker Bowles on the day of their civil wedding. While love and laughter have seen Charles and Camilla through a decade of wedded bliss, Prince Charles has a wicked sense of humor. He calls her Gladys while her nickname for him is Fred. They share the same rather naughty sense of humor and can often be found giggling. They love nothing more than pottering in the garden together. He pushes the wheelbarrow, she does the planting. In One is Deeply Concerned, the Prince Charles Letters, 1969 to 2011, compiled by David Stubbs, it reveals Charles as someone who is much more in touch with the modern world than people might think. The book, published in 2011, reveals an extraordinary collection of correspondence from the man who would be king. Charles' penchant for writing to politicians to voice his concerns over the horrors of contemporary architecture and threats to the environment is well known. However, on one very special day, Charles penned a heartwarming letter to his beloved, Camilla Parker Bowles, on the day of their civil wedding. Beginning the letter with a rather cryptic message, "You know what I'd really like to say to you, but given our exchanges have in the past fallen into the wrong hands with decidedly embarrassing consequences, I'll keep this one on a friendly, but formal footing if it's all the same to you, dear Sugar Lump." The letter appears to be a touching tribute for the love and admiration Charles has for Camilla. He wrote, "But you, my dear, you are different. Hang it all, raisins to my nuts. With you I feel I can talk about biodegradable Wellingtons for hours without the other party rolling their eyes." Charles ends his personal letter by saying, "Your tin whistle, 'pon which a merry tune of love you play." Later that day, on April 9, 2005, Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles married at the Windsor Guildhall in an intimate civil ceremony, vowing to remain faithful to one another for the rest of their lives. Of course, this was somewhat ironic considering how much of the royal couple's decades-long romance was marred by infidelity. Speaking about Camilla, Prince Charles told Max Foster of CNN, "I think she's been brilliant." He also spoke about Camilla's charm and sense of humor. He said, "She's an enormous support and always sees the funny side of life, thank God." Royal insiders say Camilla is the best thing that has ever happened to Charles. Ingrid Seward, the editor of Majesty magazine, says she makes life bearable for him. She said, "She's funny. She's a glass half full type whereas his is half empty. She's never pretended to be anything other than a matronly, sensible, gardening type of woman.